Alyssa had always been the dependable one in her family, the one who stayed behind when everyone else moved on. She was the one who looked after her father when his health declined, who worked 2 jobs to keep their old house running, and who gave up her own dreams so her younger sister, Chloe, could have hers. Chloe, with her movie star looks and sparkling charm, had always been the golden child. Their mother adored her, their father doted on her, and even neighbors seemed to bend over backward to please her. Alyssa had gotten used to being the shadow in her own home. That is, until the betrayal. It started small. Alyssa noticed Chloe visiting more often than usual, always showing up when Alyssa was at work. She assumed Chloe wanted to help with their father, but things didn't add up. Bills Alyssa had paid were mysteriously overdue. Their father's old coin collection, a prized family heirloom, went missing. When Alyssa asked about it, Chloe brushed her off with a laugh, claiming their dad had probably misplaced it. One rainy Thursday, Alyssa came home early from work. She opened the door and froze. Sitting in the living room was Chloe and Alyssa's boyfriend, Mark. They weren't just talking. They were holding hands, whispering like teenagers in love. Alyssa felt her stomach turn, but she didn't speak. She didn't slam the door. She didn't cry. Instead, she stepped back quietly, letting the scene burn into her memory. That night, Alyssa didn't confront them. Instead, she started planning. She knew Chloe's weaknesses, her greed, her vanity, her constant need for admiration. Alyssa also knew that Chloe had recently been bragging about an exclusive investment that was going to make her rich. It wasn't real. Alyssa had already looked into it and discovered it was a pyramid scheme. But Chloe didn't know that Alyssa knew. If Chloe could betray her sister so easily, Alyssa decided it was time to return the favor, and she would do it in a way Chloe would never see coming. Alyssa spent the next week gathering every detail she could about Chloe's investment. She followed Chloe's Instagram stories, where she couldn't resist showing off screenshots of fake earnings and exclusive group chats. Alyssa even created a burner account to join one of the public recruitment groups and confirmed her suspicion. It was all smoke and mirrors. People were losing money left and right, but Chloe thought she was climbing to the top. Alyssa decided her revenge needed to hit Chloe where it hurt most, her pride and her wallet. She started by planting the seed. Over dinner one Sunday, Alyssa casually mentioned that one of her coworkers was looking to invest a large sum of money into something high return. She let Chloe overhear her accidentally, pretending not to notice the way her sister's eyes lit up. Predictably, Chloe jumped in, gushing about her exclusive opportunity. Alyssa played the part of the hesitant older sister, letting Chloe twist her arm until she reluctantly agreed to introduce her coworker. That coworker was actually Alyssa's friend Jenna, a law student with a talent for acting and a keen interest in exposing scammers. Jenna arrived the next day in a sharp blazer, looking every bit the wealthy young investor. Chloe took the bait instantly, boasting about her earnings and showing Jenna proof that was obviously doctored. While Chloe was busy trying to hook Jenna, Alyssa was recording everything: audio, screenshots, and even video of Chloe making false claims. She knew this would be gold later, both legally and socially. But Alyssa wasn't done. She made sure Chloe secured the investment from Jenna, $10,000 in cash, which Chloe thought was real but was actually marked prop money used in film productions. Alyssa let Chloe celebrate for 2 whole days, flaunting her big score online, tagging friends, and bragging in group chats. Then, Alyssa dropped the hammer. She anonymously sent the recordings and screenshots to every single person in Chloe's investment circle, as well as their mutual family group chat. She even posted a short, edited clip on social media showing Chloe accepting the fake cash and making outrageous promises about guaranteed returns. The video spread fast. Friends, neighbors, and even their mother saw it within hours. By the end of the night, Chloe's phone was blowing up, and her so-called investors were demanding their money back. But that was just the beginning of Alyssa's plan. The fallout was brutal, and exactly what Alyssa had envisioned. By the next morning, Chloe had been kicked out of every investment group she was part of. Her social media accounts were flooded with angry comments, calling her a scammer, a fraud, and worse. Friends she'd bragged to now wanted nothing to do with her. The golden child image she'd spent her whole life maintaining shattered overnight. But Alyssa wasn't finished. She still had one final card to play, the one that would make Chloe remember this betrayal for the rest of her life. She knew Chloe had been secretly seeing Mark, Alyssa's now ex-boyfriend, for months. What Chloe didn't know was that Alyssa had quietly collected proof of their relationship, intimate texts, hotel receipts, and a selfie they took that was just incriminating enough to confirm everything. Alyssa timed her next move perfectly. On their mother's birthday, a day when the whole family would be gathered, Alyssa connected her phone to the TV, claiming she wanted to show an old family slideshow. Instead, the screen lit up with a folder titled Chloe's Greatest Hits. One by one, the images and screenshots appeared, Chloe and Mark holding hands, Chloe bragging about stealing him fair and square, Chloe mocking Alyssa in private messages. The room went dead silent except for the sound of Chloe's breathing, sharp and panicked. Their mother turned to her, eyes filled with shock and disappointment. Their father, who'd always defended Chloe, quietly got up and walked out of the room. Chloe tried to speak, but no one wanted to hear it. By the end of the night, Chloe had left the house in tears. Mark? He ghosted her within a week, terrified of the backlash. The pyramid scheme contacts blocked her, and she had to delete every social media account she owned. Alyssa didn't gloat. She didn't post about it. She simply returned to her quiet life, but now, people saw her differently. She wasn't just the dependable sister anymore. She was the one person you didn't dare cross. And Chloe? She learned the hard way. Some betrayals don't get forgiven, and some sisters don't just get even, they get smart.